Hey everyone, this is John the Watch Concierge, and today I'm going to be doing a review of my Seiko 5 SNKK54K1, which is an older model Seiko 5, discontinued, and as you can tell, it's got that cool Patek Philippe Nautilus case design and style, so I guess you could consider it a homage watch. And as I mentioned, it's older model, so it's definitely hard to find these online, especially this gold and black version with the black dial and the gold indices and gold case and bracelet. But it's a beautiful watch and just a fun watch to wear. Really good size, 38 millimeters case size with 12 millimeters case thickness, and I'll talk more about that. But just wanted to show you also the box that I got. So I bought this used on Chrono24 from a guy in Croatia, and comes with this original box and even the tag. So as you can see there, it's got the caliber 7S26 automatic, but it's automatic only, so you cannot manually wind this. Got this nice little cushion and unusual Seiko box compared to the ones you'll see nowadays, which are the bigger white ones. And it's actually a nice little cushion. It's got like this velvety feel to it, but that's not the most important part. The most important part, obviously, is the watch, which is just a beauty. Some people might think it's a bit tacky with all this gold, but I think the black dial really goes well with this, and you can see there's like a sunburst effect there on the center part of that circle there on the dial. And you got the outer part of the dial where the indices are placed, and that doesn't have any sunburst effect, so you can see it's a little different. There's two kind of parts to this dial, and the indices are actually quite a good size, and you really pop out just because they're for the type of the watch and just the size of the watch. It's quite big, but it's not so big that it looks monstrous and ugly. So it's big enough that is just really nice in the light. As you can tell, the reflection there and everything when it shines, you can see how nicely the indices and the hands and the Seiko 5 logo there pops out. You got even the frame around the date all in one place right there. You got a legible size date and day, so I think you can't really ask for anything more than this, except for maybe a sapphire crystal. So that's the only thing that I would say is lacking with these older models, or just in Seiko in general, because most of their watches nowadays really don't come with, they just come with hard lucks anyway. So I think it would be better if they did switch for all their watches to just have a sapphire crystal to begin with. That saves a lot of maybe stress, especially for people that, you know, have a tendency of knocking around the watches, and especially for something like a sports watch, which this is supposed to be, has like a sports look to it, even though it is also kind of a classy, elegant piece that you can wear maybe in more formal settings. I think it's always important to have sapphire crystal, unless it's supposed to be like maybe a vintage watch or a vintage style watch with like a acrylic crystal. That's understandable. But yeah, just a beautiful piece. As I mentioned, 38 millimeters case size with a case thickness of 12 millimeters, which is actually pretty surprising because it looks a lot thinner than that, and it definitely feels a lot thinner. I mean, it just fits so good, and you can see how nice and thin it looks. So it's a proper Seiko Nautilus combination there. Though the bracelet is also kind of a little bit different. You don't really, it's not exactly like the Nautilus bracelet style, but you know, it's not their biggest thing, I would say, with bracelets, especially these older models with this kind of annoying, the way you have these I don't even know what they're called, the T's, or what's it called, the T-links. But these are not my favorite type of links to have. Obviously, screw-in would have been more ideal. And it is an integrated bracelet, so it is hard to find a replacement for this type of bracelet here, or if you wanted to go for a strap. it would be a lot harder to find. You have to get the right measurements and everything. And it's not really something I am looking forward to do, because I'm fine actually with the bracelet. Most people have a problem with the Seiko bracelets, especially on these older models, but it's not really a huge deal with me. You got the gold actually is both all around the bracelets, which is nice. Sometimes on other versions or other vintage style or vintage watches, sometimes you just get the gold on top and you get the steel color on the bottom of the bracelet, which is not really nice if the watch is supposed to be kind of all gold, even though it's not real gold either, but just gold plated. Anyways, I think the clasp is, is decent. It's just a typical Seiko 5 older model style clasp, which is okay for me. You have a little bit of the micro just there that you can use, which I have done so, and I took out a few links as well, just because I have a small wrist. But this watch is just fantastic. The overall finishing is quite decent for one of these older model Seikos, and it's in pretty good condition because it is used. So I bought it like this, and it did already have a little bit of scratches here, but on the top part of the bezel, but it's nothing I would say that would turn me off from buying the watch. And so bought this for quite a pretty penny, I would say, but considering the ones that you can still find nowadays used that you'll find online, you can find anywhere from $500 or $400 to up to $700 for one of these, and I bought it around for around $400, I would say. And some people may say, oh wow, you're overpaying for that. And I know there's places like maybe the Philippines or some places in Asia where you can find it for a lot cheaper, and there's plenty of these around. And the case for me here in the European Union is different because there's not that many that you can buy online. They definitely don't sell at any shops or anything like that, so you've got to find someone that is selling their used version from just a private person. And you got a little bit of lume there on the hands as well. And as I mentioned, it is an automatic only watch. It's got the 7S26 Seiko movement. You got the exhibition display right here in the back, which is nothing impressive to be honest, because it's just a plain Seiko movement. And another thing I wish would be to manually wind. It's got a decent sized crown actually, so it would be good to have the manual winding function available. But you just get the automatic, so you have to get this started by just shaking it, and then you get it going. And I believe there's about 43 hours of power reserve on this movement with 21,600 beats per hour, which is it's decent. Here is the lume that you have. It's got a pretty good lume on the hands, and around there on the top part of the indices you can see there's these little dots. And I'm assuming the hands would last longer than the indices. Not bad actually for an old Seiko like this, because even their newer Seiko 5 Sports or their newer Seiko models, the ones with lume, usually aren't that great, unless it's maybe a more expensive Seiko or a proper like dive watch Seiko has better lume. But just their regular Seiko 5 Sports models typically don't have that great of lume on it. So I'd say compared to this older Seiko 5 model, this is not, this is definitely not bad for an older version. And this is a sports watch, not a dive watch, so there's not really any water resistance with this. And so they claim, I think, 30 meters water resistance, but I wouldn't take this in the water because there's no screw and crown, and it just doesn't seem like a watch that would really do well underwater, so I would not risk it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, check out all the other videos I have on my channel. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Watch Crunch. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to reach out to me on there on Instagram or on here as well. You can put a comment down there in the comment section and give me any feedback, anything that you would like to comment on, whether it's the video or the watch or the editing or anything like that. I am open to feedback, so I appreciate it actually. So thank you very much again. Make sure to also turn on the little notification bell to keep up to date with all my videos and reviews. I post a lot of short videos as well, so if you go on the shorts section, you can see some of the watches, 1-minute videos, and just kind of wrist rolls and closer looks at some of the watches and just kind of day-to-day stuff. I post also in the community some photos, and I also have, of course, the membership that I've started. So you can start at around $5 is the cheapest one, and you can get special comment responses, and also, you know, you'll just get, if there's a lot of comments, and if you're the first one, or if you end up commenting, I'll be replying to you directly in a short amount of time, so you'll be one of the first ones to get the response from me. And then as you move up the membership, there's more exclusive content and videos and photos that I will be showing you as well, and talking about special stuff and topics and news and other relevant watch related content, and maybe even some men's fashion related content as well. So just sign up for the membership. It's not that expensive at all. So definitely recommend it for you to keep up to date and just get exclusive content from me, and, you know, just show that you are definitely a good supporter by helping me keep this channel going and making it better. So I appreciate your support, and thank you very much again. Third time, I think. I'm sorry for all the thank yous, but I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. So take care.